Hey crypto friends, for those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Garrett and I am a crypto day trader who absolutely loves trading with moving averages. And my overall goal here with this channel is to simply help other traders in the most simplistic ways as possible. So in today's educational video, I'm going to be showing you guys or sharing with you guys an insanely simple day trading strategy that's so simple to use, I almost consider it to be an absolute joke. Now, for those of you who love trading crypto and would like to try out the same exchange that I use on a daily basis, feel free to go ahead and try out the Blowfin exchange here with the link in the video description down below this video. Now, the big reason why I love using Blowfin is because they allow anybody from anywhere to be able to sign up and trade crypto futures. So if you are from the United States like I am and you want to trade crypto futures, you can do it right here on the Blowfin exchange. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and show you this strategy real quick. This is going to be probably going to be a pretty short video because it's a very, and I mean very simple strategy to use. All right, so we're going to pick a random coin. We're going to go with I don't know. We'll go with XLM. We'll go with Stellar here. All right. So the very first thing that we're going to be doing here is obviously we want to go ahead and mark out our most significant support and resistance levels first and foremost, all right? Because we want to be paying attention to price action too, in addition to indicators, all right? So as you guys can clearly see, we've got this level right down in here, as you guys can clearly see. We've got this bottom right here, and then it bottomed out again right in here. That's a pretty strong support level, I would assume, right there. And as far as resistance areas goes, we've got this top one right in here. Let's see here. We've got another one. Let's see here. I guess we can go ahead and consider this peak right here a decent resistance area. Technically, all of these little small peaks are support and resistance areas, and all these little drops are support areas too. And but I typically only like to mark out the top two most the top two top two support areas and top two resistance areas and top two bottom resistance or support layers. All right, so we got our major support layer down here, and we'll go ahead and we will mark this one too, because it is the most recent support area that I want to be looking at here, especially since we are going to be day trading, or especially since the example I'm going to be showing you in this video is day trading with the 1 hour chart. So now that we've got our four most recent, or our two most recent, our two most important resistance areas here and our two most important support areas here, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go over to the 1 hour chart. And as you guys can clearly see here, let's go ahead and make that bigger. And then what we want to do here is we want to go ahead and turn on the indicator and turn on the moving average, actually. So what I like to use is, realistically, I like to use with my day trading, I use the 7-period SMA a lot. So what you can do here is you want to just type in simple moving average, and just go ahead and click on this one, I guess you could say. And let me see here. Let me see if that is the one actually. That is not the one actually. Yeah, that is not the one. So type in SMA. Okay, no, sorry. It's the smooth moving average. All right. So smooth moving average. Let's see here. Nope, that's not it either. Where is the SMA? Just the standard SMA. Moving average simple. All right, it's the one that says moving average simple. All right, so you just want to click on that, and what it's going to do is it's going to add your SMA right in here. It's going to be set to 9, but you want to go into settings here, and you want to go to inputs, and you want to make the length and turn it down to 7. All right, and then keep everything else the same. All right, and you can go ahead and change your settings and change your style, make it whatever way you want it to look. I use a white ribbon. So here we've got our 7-period SMA going on right here. And as you guys can clearly tell just by looking at the price action here, is you can clearly see that when price is obviously bearish, the price action ends up moving below and moves beneath the moving average. And when it's bullish, it moves above the moving average and starts to go above it, as you guys can clearly see right there. All right. Now, this strategy is not meant to be, there's no single trading strategy on the planet that's going to make you win 100% of the time. Okay. So if you're one of those people where you're looking to get rich quick overnight, that's not the reality of trading. All right. Trading does not work that way. All right. So if you're here and you're hoping to get rich quick and kind of win every single trade that you take, that's realistically not going to happen. You can be the best trader in the world. You're still going to lose at some point in time. All right. That's just the reality of this stuff. Okay. So what you want to do here and what you want to focus on is you want to be looking at these big ranges here. Okay. So obviously we've got this big range and we've got this big range right here between 34 cents, pretty much 35 cents and 32 cents right in here. All right. So we've got this little bit of a range going on right here. And now what you want to do is you want to be looking at you want to go ahead and be looking at the movement of this overall simple moving average right here. All right. So as you guys can clearly tell, we just got done with a big downward movement right in here. All right. Where price ended up going beneath the moving average and it ended up going beneath it, but it did not end up going all the way down to this support area. Instead, it ended up going down to pretty much right in this little bit of an area right here, the bottom of this little section right in here. So what I like to do in situations like this is once I'm zoomed into the 1 hour chart or the chart that I'm going to be making my decisions off of as far as trading, is what I'll do is, since I got my bigger levels here from the 4 hour chart, I will go ahead and I will make smaller levels right in here and I'll make them in a different color. So we'll go ahead and make them in a different color here. And this overall helps me to be able to realize where the different ranges are as far as what I should be looking at, as far as what will help me make my overall decision as far as what I'm going to be doing here. So we've got a little bit of movement right in there as well. All right. So as you guys can clearly see right here with this downward slope right in here, you can clearly see that once price ended up going over the moving average, it ended up going down and it came down past this little tiny support area and ended up going down even further down to this support area right in here as well. All right. But it did not go further than that. It clearly stopped right there. So realistically, how I would have traded that is let me go ahead and make a marker here. I would have entered my position. I would have entered a short position right when it closed, right when this candle closes underneath this moving average right here. And I would end up putting a stop loss probably at the top of the previous candle right here, because obviously if the price ends up going higher than that previous candle, it's probably going to end up going past this resistance area and it's going to go higher and higher and higher anyway. So realistically, I want to get out before that so that I'm overall minimizing my overall risk here in this trade. All right. But realistically, I would have entered right where this candle ends up closing here outside of the bottom side of this moving average going on right in here. All right. And then I would have had my first layer of take profit right at this first layer of support down in here. And I would have had a second layer right down here at the second layer of support down here, okay? Or I would have ended up letting it go. And then once price action ended up getting past this area, I would have ended up putting my stop loss and profit and having it set right in there just in case, all right? But realistically, if you were to have traded this, let's say, you were using a small amount of leverage, like, let's say we're using 10x leverage right there or something, you would have made roughly around, let's see here, 10x leverage multiplied by 1%. That's about a good solid 12% in profit right there, just within 3 hours. Now, I know a lot of you are probably thinking, okay, well, 12% profit really isn't that much. That is a lot of profit to make in just a short 3-hour time frame, guys, okay? And the reason why I say that is because a lot of you probably see the big Twitter cards or the big profit cards that big influencers post on Twitter, and they're posting these big 100x or these big 100%, 200% trades. Those people are not day trading, okay? Those people are literally in those swing trades for literally multiple days in a row, okay? This is day trading here, Okay, we are not swing trading here, we are day trading. So the goal here is to be in and out of trades within maybe a couple hours or so. Okay, and that's exactly what would have happened here. So if you would have ended up trading this thing all the way from here down to the very far bottom, you would have made roughly a good solid almost 20% profit right there. All right, which is very, very good profit to make within a 6-hour time frame, guys. All right, now to show you another example of this, we can go ahead and go to this one as well. So I would have entered a short position right where this candle ended up closing on the bottom side of this moving average here. Therefore, I would have ended up getting in and riding it all the way down to this very bottom level down here. And I would have set my stop loss above this previous candle right up here again, because if price ended up going up higher than that in this candle where I entered on, then obviously, you know, it's probably going to end up going higher and higher and higher, and I would have gotten out and mitigated my overall losses there. So anyway, if you were to have ended up trading this, and let me go ahead and move this arrow. If you were to have ended up trading this one, you would have made roughly around a good solid, again, like 18% within 6 hours right there. So in 2 days of trading, you could have made an easy 18% one day, 18% the next day. Very, very simple. Now we'll move it to the upside and go to the upside. All right. So if I were to be looking at, let's say price action has not concluded, or let's say price action is right in this area, and these candles didn't even exist, okay? So if those candles didn't even exist, we will go ahead and set some support and resistance areas. If those candles didn't exist, I would have one resistance area right there. I would have another resistance area right in here, and I would have a support area. My support area would be this bottom layer down here, and I would probably have another support area. Let's see here. I'd probably have another support area probably right around this area as well. So probably right around in there. So as you guys can clearly see, if we were trading this right here, I would have entered a long position right in here, all right? Right in here, because this candle right here would have ended up closing above the 7 period simple moving average right there. And as you guys can say, or as I've been telling you guys, once price action is either, if it's above the moving average, it's probably going to continue moving up higher than that. All right. If it's below it, it's probably going to continue to move lower than that. And that's what you can see here clearly happened. All right. So I would have entered right in there, and we would have profited probably a good amount once it went up to this resistance area. It went right through it, and that went right through this second layer right here as well. But I probably would have ended up taking profit right at that resistance area, just because I would have wanted to get out, because I'm not a greedy person and I want to just make profit. So realistically, if I was 10x leverage right there, I would have made roughly around 27% profit right there within a 6-hour time frame. All right. So the overall goal here, guys, is to be watching the overall price action in relation to where this moving average is. Okay. Once you start to see that price action move below or above that moving average, you want to be looking at your levels to decide or try to figure out if you think price is going to continue, if momentum is strong enough to be able to continue up to those levels or down to those levels. All right. And that'll overall help you with your overall forming your bias and trying to figure out exactly what is going to be happening here. All right. But overall here, this is a very, 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 very simple strategy to use. And like I said, you're not going to win every single one, but with this, you could probably eventually get to a point where you are winning much, much more than you are losing. All right. But the overall goal is you want to overall mitigate your overall losses here. Okay. So again, you always want to be setting stop losses. Again, if the price ends up going like I used for this example right here, you know, if I get in on this candle right here, I want to set my stop loss at the top of this previous candle, because if price ends up going above that, it's probably going to continue to keep going higher than that. And I don't want to lose more than that amount of money if it's going to continue to go higher and higher. It just wouldn't make sense. All right. So before I go ahead and wrap up this video, if any of you guys are looking for a safe space to ask questions or talk about trading, feel free to go ahead and reach out to me on my X profile here at Garrett_and_stuff. And I will go ahead and send you an invite to my free community Discord server that I have right here. And as always, if you guys enjoyed this video and got some decent value out of it, please be sure to go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the like button below the video, and leave me a comment below on your personal thoughts of what you thought of this video. And with that said, big thanks to all of you guys who stuck around and watched this entire video throughout the whole thing. I appreciate all of you, and I hope to see you all in my future videos.